What a wild ride it has been for the Baltimore Ravens this season, and I have to tell you, Week 17 delivered in ways that few could have predicted. After all the ups and downs, the injuries, the questions about consistency, and the debates around who should be starting, the Ravens now find themselves alive and well as we head into that crucial Week 18 matchup. And the best part, a lot of it came from the chaos around them. From the games they didn't even have to play, the Browns pulling off that win against the Steelers was nothing short of miraculous for Baltimore. Share Sanders and that Cleveland defense came out firing, establishing a 10-0 lead early and then holding steady throughout the contest. Pittsburgh's offense was in disarray, missing key players like DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, and then Darnell Washington breaking his arm. Mid-game, the Steelers were dismantled on the field, gifting Baltimore a huge helping hand as the Ravens continue to navigate this season. Watching that game unfold, I have to admit, it was torture to root for the Browns, and yet, the result was exactly what the Ravens needed. Cleveland kept Baltimore's playoff hopes alive, and that is no small feat given all the obstacles this team has faced. And it wasn't just about the Browns' performance. Other games around the league also fell into place to benefit the Ravens. The Bengals defeating the Cardinals, the Bills losing, and the shifts in draft positioning across the league all added layers to Baltimore's advantage. It was a rare moment where the dominoes aligned in a way that could make life a little easier. Heading into a decisive Week 18, looking back at Baltimore's own performance, it's impossible to ignore the statement they made against the Green Bay Packers. Even dealing with injuries of their own, the Ravens leaned into their identity with authority. Derrick Henry lining up again and again, pounding the football, asserting dominance over a team that was struggling to keep pace, was a sight for sore eyes for Ravens fans. Week 17 felt like a return to the fundamentals of what this team has been built around. A reminder of why Lamar Jackson and this roster have been able to achieve so much over the years. The offensive line stepped up magnificently, creating lanes and allowing the running game to set the tone. While the rotation of Henry and Tyler Huntley kept the Packers' defense off balance, Derrick Henry's performance was historic: 36 carries, 216 yards. And for touchdowns, it was a showcase of power, stamina, and precision. Tyler Huntley complemented Henry beautifully, completing 16 of 20 passes for 107 yards and a touchdown, managing the game efficiently and letting the ground attack dictate the flow. And let's not forget the contributions of Catton Mitchell, who added 9 carries for 31 yards. This wasn't a game that relied solely on one aspect of the offense. It was a team-wide effort executed at peak performance. Watching this game, it was hard not to reflect on how different things could have been if the Ravens had consistently leaned into this formula throughout the season. There were stretches where the running game was inconsistent, where the offensive line struggled, and where decisions felt overly complicated. But Week 17 reminded fans of the core principle that has always defined Baltimore football: physicality, persistence, and a willingness to impose your will on the opposition. And while the defense may not have been perfect, Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey had their struggles, the offensive performance was enough to carry the day. The offensive line deserves repeated praise for stepping up when it mattered most. And players like Daniel Full and Derrick Henry made it clear why this team can compete at the highest level when firing on all cylinders. The Ravens were relentless, methodical, and efficient. Every run, every block, every play called with intention contributed to a victory that now sets the stage for what could be one of the most thrilling finishes of the season. Beyond the game itself, the narrative surrounding Lamar Jackson has added another layer of intrigue. After sitting out against Green Bay due to a back injury, the discussions about who should start, whether Lamar or Tyler Huntley, have dominated headlines and social media conversations. Some argue that Huntley's performance against the Packers warrants continued starts, while others insist that, even at 70 to 80%, Lamar Jackson is the best chance Baltimore has to win. And this isn't just opinion, it's grounded in the reality of the game. Lamar's ability to extend plays, threaten defenses with both arm and legs, and create opportunities that no other quarterback on the roster can replicate makes him an invaluable asset. Huntley has played exceptionally well in Lamar's absence, demonstrating poise, accuracy, and the ability to manage a game effectively, but the gravitational pull Lamar Jackson exerts on a defense is unmatched. His presence opens up the field, forces opponents to account for him in every scheme, and provides versatility in ways that are difficult to quantify but impossible to ignore. The debate may continue. fueled by recency bias and varying interpretations of performance, but the fundamental truth remains: Lamar Jackson, when healthy enough to play, gives the Ravens their best shot. And even though the team has battled injuries across the roster, the last 2 weeks have seen a resurgence in execution, particularly along the offensive line. That improved line performance could be the difference maker in the upcoming game against Pittsburgh. It's not just about individual talent, it's about the synergy, the way the line creates opportunities for the running game, and for Lamar's dynamic style to flourish. Baltimore's identity, grounded in a combination of strategic running, precise passing, and defensive tenacity, is now coming together at a critical time. Week 17 wasn't just a victory in the win-loss column, it was a reaffirmation of the Ravens' identity. A return to form that highlights the strengths that have carried this team to success over the years. Derrick Henry's historic night, Tyler Huntley's poised game management, and the offensive line's dominance all contributed to a comprehensive performance that fans have been waiting to see. And as we shift attention to Week 18, the stakes are higher than ever. The Ravens have the opportunity to not just sneak into the playoffs, but to compete for their division. An incredible turnaround for a team that began the season with 1 win and 5 losses. The victories around the league, combined with Baltimore's own resurgence, have created a narrative filled with excitement, possibility, and tension. Fans are on edge. Analysts are debating the merits of starting quarterbacks, and every play matters more than ever. And through it all, the core principles of Baltimore football: resilience, physicality, and tactical execution shine through, reminding everyone why this team remains a contender, regardless of the obstacles that have come before. Even with the Browns' help and the fortunate outcomes elsewhere, the Ravens must now take care of their own destiny. They have proven capable of executing at a high level, of adjusting on the fly, and of leaning into their strengths when it matters most. The last 2 weeks have been a testament to their adaptability, their grit, and the leadership within the locker room. Derrick Henry, Tyler Huntley, and the offensive line have shown what's possible when preparation meets opportunity. And Lamar Jackson's potential return only adds to the arsenal. This is the stage for the Ravens to prove themselves, to step into Week 18 with momentum, clarity, and the confidence that comes from knowing they can compete with the best. It is a thrilling, tense, and electric moment for a franchise that has overcome so much adversity. And the story is far from over. The excitement is palpable, the stakes are immense, and the Ravens are positioned to make a statement that could resonate well beyond the regular season. As we move into the conversation around Week 18, the spotlight inevitably shifts to Lamar Jackson. The debate surrounding him has reached a fever pitch, with opinions flying from all sides. And it is fascinating to see how quickly discussions about a player can polarize an audience. After missing the Green Bay game due to a back injury, questions about whether Lamar should be starting over Tyler Huntley have ignited discussions that feel both intense and, at times, unnecessary. Tyler Huntley played exceptionally well against the Packers, executing the game plan efficiently, managing the clock, and keeping the offense moving. He delivered precision where needed, avoiding risky throws and complementing Derrick Henry's punishing runs. It is a performance that cannot be overlooked, and it highlights why Huntley remains an incredibly valuable asset for Baltimore. Yet the conversation about starting him over Lamar, assuming Lamar is even 70 to 80% healthy, ignores the fundamental reality of what Jackson brings to the field. Lamar Jackson is more than a quarterback. He is a game changer. A player whose presence alone alters the way defenses operate, even with a minor injury. The space he creates, the pressure he imposes on opposing coordinators, and the versatility he provides cannot be replicated by any backup. The debate is rooted in recency bias. In a league that constantly demands immediate results and punishes perceived underperformance without context, Jackson has faced injuries, offensive line struggles, and other obstacles this season, but when he is on the field, he offers Baltimore their highest ceiling. What makes this discussion particularly interesting is the tactical shift that occurs depending on who is under center. With Tyler Huntley, the Ravens leaned on a more conservative approach, emphasizing balance, clock management, and minimizing risk. When Lamar Jackson plays, even at less than full health, the playbook opens. Defenders are forced to account for his mobility, and the offense gains a level of unpredictability that Huntley simply cannot provide. There is a strategic nuance here that is crucial to understand. Baltimore's offensive line has been playing at a high level in recent weeks, giving Jackson the protection he needs to operate effectively. It is not just about raw talent, it is about timing, trust, and the cohesion of the offensive unit. With the line executing as they have, Lamar can maximize his impact without exposing himself to undue risk, and that's the balance the coaching staff must strike as Week 18 looms a decision that could define the Ravens' postseason trajectory. There is no question that Huntley has earned the trust of teammates and fans alike. He has stepped into high-pressure situations and delivered, keeping the team in contention. But when evaluating who gives the team the best chance to win the critical games, the answer overwhelmingly favors Lamar Jackson, turning our attention to the upcoming showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The stakes could not be higher. This is a matchup steeped in history, rivalry, and intensity, and the Ravens are entering it with momentum on their side. Week 17 provided a blueprint of success: assert the run, control the tempo, and maintain physical dominance. Derrick Henry continues to redefine what it means to be a power back in today's NFL, combining speed, agility, and brute force to create mismatches that opposing defenses struggle to contain. Tyler Huntley's performance in relief of Lamar has shown that Baltimore can manage games efficiently, but the excitement comes with Jackson's potential return, bringing dynamic playmaking ability and a quarterback who can do the unexpected, break the mold, and alter the course of a game in seconds. Pittsburgh presents a unique challenge. They are a team capable of explosive plays, with defensive schemes designed to pressure the quarterback and contain the run. Baltimore's preparation, film study, and tactical execution will be paramount, and having a player of Lamar Jackson's caliber, even at less than full health, dramatically shifts the equation. The Ravens' identity, forged over years of disciplined physical football, is on full display as they approach this pivotal game. The offensive line has been performing at its highest level all season, culminating in the dominant showing against Green Bay. The running game, led by Derrick Henry, has imposed a will on opponents, wearing them down over the course of a game and creating opportunities for explosive plays. In both the running and passing attacks, Lamar Jackson's presence enhances all of this, providing versatility, threat, and unpredictability. The synergy between quarterback, backfield, and line is critical, and it is a combination that, when executed properly, can overwhelm even the most disciplined defenses. Tyler Huntley's recent success shows the depth and adaptability of the Ravens roster, but it is Lamar who has the unique capacity to elevate the team to a championship contending level. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. What started as a low murmur around league circles has quickly turned into a full-blown buzz, with the Baltimore Ravens at the center of one of the most intriguing rumors of the moment. The name echoing through training facilities and front offices is Jakobi Meyers, a wide receiver whose potential arrival could quietly reshape the Ravens' aerial attack. While nothing has been formally unveiled in ceremonial fashion, sources close to the situation suggest that Baltimore has already taken decisive steps, sparking speculation that this move is more than just smoke. Meyers has long been viewed as a technician rather than a flashy headline grabber, but that profile might be exactly what the Ravens are seeking. The franchise has been searching for consistency and reliability in the passing game, especially in critical moments when precision matters more than spectacle. Insiders hint that the coaching staff sees Meyers as a chain mover, a receiver capable of finding soft spots in coverage and extending drives, something Baltimore's offense has occasionally lacked. The rumor gains strength when considering the strategic timing. The Ravens are believed to be adjusting their offensive identity, leaning into a more balanced approach that keeps defenses guessing. Adding a receiver like Meyers could signal an intention to diversify routes, create safer options over the middle, and reduce pressure on the quarterback to rely solely on improvisation. Around the league, rival executives are said to be watching closely, aware that such a signing might not dominate highlights, but could pay dividends deep into the season. What makes this speculation particularly compelling is the quiet confidence surrounding it. There has been no loud denial, no effort to shut down the chatter. Instead, the silence has fueled belief that something significant is unfolding behind closed doors. Fans have already begun debating how Meyers would fit alongside the existing receiving corps, imagining formations that could finally unlock a more fluid passing rhythm. Until pen meets paper in a public setting, the story remains officially unofficial. Yet in the world of professional football, Rumors often carry their own truth. If Jakobi Meyers truly becomes part of the Ravens' plans, this could be one of those moves that looks subtle at first glance, but ends up leaving a lasting mark on Baltimore's offensive future. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.